We're back at the Rosemont Horizon for the U.S. Hot Rod Association Battle of the Monster Trucks and Mud Bog Drag Racing Spectacular. This is round 2, and this is showtime. That was 7th fastest, 31.15 seconds. The first truck out in the first round, he had some problems, Margot, and I think maybe it may be a little easier for him now.
You bet. The more time he gets on that motor, the more time it gets to get up to temperature, cool back down just a little bit, loosens it up.
And also the cars have been flattened quite a bit by the other cars and killer tanks. Here we go, showtime out of Detroit, Michigan.
Beautiful truck, a lot of chrome, flashy act.
Yep. Here he comes up on it. He slowed down early. Let's see what he does. He gets up and slams into him, goes over to the left, comes, stops, almost stops. Now he's on the gas and gets off him and comes back around again. I think possibly Brian needs a little more time in that truck. Gets on the gas. All sold out crowd here at the Rosemont Horizon. Showtime across the line. A little bit faster than his first run, but I don't think he's in the money.
Some of the guys are having trouble with that rear steering because of the coldness.
Look again at it. Here's the problem. He gets up there in the air and then starts to veer over to the left, and that's where he kind of hesitates, right there. See? Both of the left wheels are off the cars completely. Now he gets straightened back up again and comes across. We'll get the clocking. Actually slower than before, 31.25 seconds for the Showtime Ford. This is Kodiak out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Mark Blendler, the owner-driver. An 87 GMC Sierra Classic monster truck.
He may make his living by driving a monster truck now, but he said he did a lot of welding to make that money to pay for that thing, and even got a loan from the bank.
He comes over it like he is not taking prisoners. Well, I'm telling you, this guy is on the gas. Comes right around, up against, almost kisses the wall, spins around, and now puts the pedal to the metal.
He definitely took the long way around that far-in turn.
Boy, up in the mud also, and that could be a problem.
I think he decided to take a shortcut because he took the long cut earlier.
Crowd likes it anyway. Kodiak out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And the clocking, 23:16. 23.16 seconds for the Kodiak there.
Shave some flags off of your time.
Here's a look back at it. It's straight up and down. You can see the flash bulbs go off. The crowd loves this. They come out to see these monster trucks and look at them flatten the cars. Bouncing up and down like a basketball.
He likes to run those shorter tires too. You can run less air in them, get better traction, and it worked.
This is the Crimson Crusher monster truck. Dale and Brenda Hancock out of Evansville, Indiana. And Brenda says Dale was nuts for putting so much into the vehicle. He begged, borrowed, and stole to get the initial $50,000 to get this monster truck off the ground.
And this is a family effort. 3 months ago, Brenda had her second child while they were on the road with the truck.
Look at those wheels. 8 wheels and tires on the Crimson Crusher. It's a 1988 Fleetside Ford, long bed Ford pickup. And here he comes up on the cars. Up in the air, bouncing, wham, bam, look out. And comes back around. Dale Hancock doing the driving, gets over in the mud a little bit sideways, now heads for the finish line. Not a bad run, Margot King, for the Crimson Crusher.
Stability is given to the run when you have those big wide wheels. They really work for him.
Let's take a look back at it in slow motion. And he is wide. Look at how wide that machine is. All 8 wheels off the ground, in the air, bounces again. Watches when he comes back up off the ground, bounces again. 22:09 for the Crimson Crusher. First place. The Lone Eagle, Alan Pizzo of Millington, Michigan, an 84 Chevy Silverado.
He's 19 years old, making him the youngest man on the circuit right now. His biggest complaint is he's just not home enough. Says he majored in monster trucks in high school.
Well, let's see what he can do as he comes across the end of the mud bog, sets up for the trucks of the cars. The Lone Eagle, here he goes. Whoa! Look at him get in the air and bounce and almost go over to the left. And on his side, that could shake you up. That could shake up your ancestors.
Or preventing you from having any more ancestors.
Right, or relatives. Gets on the gas. Heads across that line. The Lone Eagle, Millington, Michigan. Here's a look at it. 11.5 feet high. Another look at. Up in the air. All 4 wheels completely off the ground. 26.88. 26.88 seconds for the Lone Eagle. From Lake Charles, Louisiana, 1977 Chevy on an M4 military tank. weighing 11 tons, named after the toughest critter in the swamp, the gator. Top speed is 60 miles an hour on the road, believe it or not. And here we go in the cars. Let's see what the gator can do. He goes up, slam, bam, watch out, and crushes him down to just a couple of feet off the ground. And come around now. The final turn and heading for the finish line, the gator.
And his truck is deceiving. The motor is in the rear. The drive axle is in the front. It's just like a truck turned around on top of those tracks.
Here's a look back at the gator, gobbling up the cars. Oh, whoa. The clocking 21.31 seconds. 31-year-old Brett Engelman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He is the builder and owner of Heartbeat. Owns the Great Lakes Four-Wheel Drive Center. It's an 88 Chevy Silverado from the Chevy advertising slogan, the Heartbeat of America. 468 fully blown Chevy engine. He's got the horsepower. Let's see if he's got the talent to put it over those cars.
Because he's immersed in the four-wheel drive industry, he's probably applied more high-tech technology to his truck than any of the other drivers with that floating suspension, and you can see how he floats over those cars with that.
Literally floats over them. Comes around through the mud, and now to the finish line, the Heartbeat of Grand Rapids, Michigan. The clocking 24.75 seconds for Heartbeat. Here it is. Let's look at him now as he comes up. Watch the suspension. Watch the bouncing. Boy, he bounces. Look at that. Look at that. Comes back around. That slows him down. That's what cost him a couple seconds right there. Getting set up back on the ground. 24.75. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the grudge match between the Crimson Crusher monster truck and the Virginia Beach Beast, the killer tank. And Dale Hancock, the driver-owner of this machine, who turned a 2209, says, I'm going to smoke the tank. Let's see what he can do. Now, Margot, they don't like going over the cars after they've been crushed.
And remember, this guy's got to be a little gun-shy. 4 weeks ago, he hit a jump too hard, went end over end, and demolished his 1979 truck.
He slows down, way down. That's going to cost him some time. They don't like going over the cars after they've been crushed with the tanks because there are a lot of sharp edges that can wreak havoc with those tires. Crimson Crusher recovers, comes across the line. Let's get the clocking on him as we look back at how he went over and try to figure out what happened to him as he went over those cars. The clocking 23 seconds flat. Let's see what happened. A good launch, all 8 wheels off the ground. Bounces again, gets up a little sideways, and here's where he stops. Look at this. He stops completely for just a second and then takes off again.
He said his rear steering was acting real sluggish due to the oil he felt in the drivetrain being a little cold.
The Virginia Beach Beast comes up to the line now. He's got to beat 23 seconds of the Crimson Crusher in this grudge match between the monster truck and the killer tank. Mike Katz, a lot of experience out there, Margot King.
He's been doing this for 2 years, literally grew up with William Towns, the gentleman who originally designed this very first and original full-wheel drive monster tank truck.
And they wave the flag off, and as soon as he starts, that's when the clock starts. Oh, he comes all the way around. Well, he recovers very well, and here he comes up in the cars. There he is. Whoa, and the pieces of plastic and sheet metal fly up in the air as he comes around again. An almost perfect run for young Michael Katz.
Perfect and explosive.
Very explosive. He's going all the way around and spins again. He's going to go over him again. Look at this. Look at this kid. Wham, bam, look out. And the clocking for Katz, 20.47 seconds. Look at the response. He backs up over the cars. He kind of rubs it in the drivers' faces, the monster trucks, and says, look what I'm doing, you guys. He takes the accolades of the crowd. Mike Katz loves to play with the crowd. Good looking young lad. He waves at him.